So recently I posted a video and somebody asked me what's the best weapon in MW3. Also, a lot of people in the comments lately been asking me for my top 3 best weapons in MW3. Now today we're going to go ahead and give you guys my top 5 best weapons. On top of the top 5, we're going to drop an extra 2 weapons so you guys can use something other than that. So for number 7, we got the Renetti pistol. This weapon is absolutely insane. It packs a lot of punch. Now one of the crazy thing about this weapon is the fire rate is absolutely out of this mind. Now once you put an aftermarket part attachment to this weapon becomes an SMG, and when this weapon is the SMG version of that pistol, it's almost impossible. It can carry you to the level 3 zone, any high tier zone, like it's nothing. As far as the mega abomination, as you can see, you can cancel the laser like it's nothing. And as far as the zombies in the high tier zone, I mean, as long as you get that critical hit damage, if you're running dead shot and if you're running a speed call out to be able to reload fast, we're talking about 100 rounds in this weapon, you guys. Yes, this weapon has 100 rounds. You're gonna be spamming on a whole bunch of zombies, and since you're gonna be getting that critical hit damage and you're able to reload fast, this weapon becomes absolutely overpowered. Now I'm gonna give you guys all the builds for all 7 weapons, but that's gonna be at the end of the video because we gotta get into the next weapon, and that's gonna be number 6, the Bass B. Now this weapon needs no introduction. This is one of my favorite weapons to use in the game. This battle rifle does so much damage. Now I can say this about this weapon: one of the negative things about this weapon is that it has a low fire rate. The fire rate is slow, but with the right attachment, this weapon does so much damage. And because it has no recoil and the accuracy is perfect, having 90 rounds on this weapon combined with an epic tool, all legendary tool, Pack-a-Punch level 3, this weapon will carry you to the level 3 zone like it's nothing. This is the reason why this weapon is definitely one of the best weapons to use in the game. Now the great thing about this weapon is that when you do a contract with this weapon, you pretty much never gonna die because this weapon is so good, like I said, with the damage, the recoil, and the accuracy. And even though it has a low fire rate, it actually works perfect for that because you're able to take down zombies regardless. As far as the Mega Abomination, he had no challenge for this weapon as well. So that's gonna move us to number 5. Yes, this weapon, I mean, the SVA assault rifle, it's just something different. It is definitely top 5 weapon, at least in my book. The reason why is because this weapon is almost like AK-47 combined with a weapon that has a high fire rate. This weapon reminds me of the Growl from Modern Warfare 2019. This weapon is almost insane. I mean, it would have made my top 3 if we didn't have the top 3 weapons that we're about to show you in a minute. But as far as the Mega Abomination, this weapon carries enough round to actually deal with enough zombies. On top of that, the fire rate is absolutely out of his mind, and you get 120 rounds with this weapon. I mean, what else do you need for this assault rifle? This weapon does enough damage when you pack a punch level 3, when you have an epic all legendary tool, and it has no recoil, no accuracy. But that's gonna leave us with the next weapon, and that's number 4. I know a lot of people probably wondering the Sidewinder. Yes, the Sidewinder was one of my top 3 weapons at some point. This weapon was a one-shot kill. We're talking about one shot to the head, regardless if you was in the level 3 zone or the level 2 zone. Now, the reason why this weapon now is not a one-shot kill is because we're gonna turn this weapon into an LMG. With the aftermarket part attachment to this weapon, it does lose a little bit of damage, but that's because we're gonna be spamming the zombies with a whole bunch of fire rate. Yes, this weapon with the right attachment is going to turn into an LMG, and it's still going to be a 2-shot kills, and sometimes it's going to be a 1-shot kill to the head. This weapon has 100 rounds. It shoots so fast, it's absolutely out of this mind, and the fire rate starts speeding up as you actually hold the button down. The Sidewinder is definitely one of the best weapons in the game, and it can carry you to the level 3 zone. I mean, look at this weapon right here. But anyway, the next weapon is gonna move down in my list to number 3, and that's the Lockwood shotgun. It used to be number 1 at some point. It used to be number 2 at some point, but now it moves down in my list because the next 2 weapons, I mean, there is no question that they're number 1 and 2. But this weapon right here is the strongest and the most powerful weapon in the game. This is the most powerful weapon in the game. Not the best weapon, but the most powerful weapon. It's a one-shot kill to the zombie if you shoot him in the head, regardless if you're on the level 3 zone. With the right attachments, this weapon becomes almost unstoppable. It's gonna carry you to the 3 zone. It can carry you in the Dark Ether. It doesn't matter. Even the Elder Dark Ether, this weapon is so good. Now with the riot attachments, you're able to move fast, and then on top of that, you can shoot multiple zombies at once because it's gonna penetrate not just one zombies but multiple zombies. And then on top of that, you get 20 rounds in this weapon, and having the riot attachment, like I mentioned, all the shells actually go all together and they're not spread out. But now we're gonna go ahead and move to number 2. Yes, this weapon, no question, top 1, top 2 weapon, the Ram 9. Yes, this is one of the new weapons in the game, and it absolutely broke the internet when this weapon came out. We're talking about this weapon main number 1, and for some people main number 2. Like for me is number 2, for some people is number 1. It's because this weapon destroys and melts zombies so fast. Is absolutely addicted. I mean, when you're gonna be when I'm saying you're gonna be addicted to this weapon, you're gonna be addicted to this weapon with the right attachment, like I've been mentioned with some of the other weapons. You can make some of these weapons, especially the Ram 9, the best weapons in the game. But the only reason why I don't make my number 1 is because the next one is number 1 for me. But this weapon has a high fire rate. The recoil is perfect. You're able to move fast. You get 100 rounds. And as far as the Mega Abomination, you're always gonna be able to destroy the Mega Abomination with this weapon, because this weapon is absolutely overpowered. This weapon can carry you to the Dark Ether. It's going to carry you to the red zone, and you don't have to worry about any of these high tier enemies. But with number 1, you guys, we got with no question the second or the number 1 weapon in the game. The reason I put it on number 1 for me, like I say, it's all preference. I feel like a lot of people are going to pick the Ram 9. A lot of people are going to pick this one. I picked this one because this weapon is an absolutely monster. I mean, this weapon is just not fair for the zombies. The zombies had no chance with this weapon regardless. If you want to use the Ram 9, this weapon, I'm telling you, 400 rounds, you can have 30 or 40 to 50 zombies coming at you, and you don't even have to run. You can just stand there in one spot and you can just shoot 400 rounds, 200 rounds on each side of the weapon, you guys, and that's 400 rounds going into a zombie. One zombie right here, boom, you done. I mean, they can't do nothing. I mean, some of these zombies be crying. They be calling for the Mega Abomination. They be calling for the Disciple. They call for the Mangler, the Mimic. They need backup because they cannot handle with the WSP Swarm. This weapon is absolutely insane. You get a high fire rate with the right attachment. You put a laser on this weapon. All you rounds are going to be heading into the specific zombie whoever you're trying to shoot this weapon is going to destroy. The Mega Abomination, no chance. The Mimic, no chance. 400 rounds, 200 rounds, high fire rate. Put an epic tool, legendary tool, Pocket Punch 3, Pocket Punch 2. It does not matter. You can go to the red zone. You can go to the, any infested stronghold. You get swarmed by a whole bunch of zombies, you guys, in infested stronghold. Doing any contract with this weapon, look at this. I mean, they just be crying. They just lay there. They might as well don't even come for me. But this is why the WSP Swarm is my number 1 weapon. So anyway, this is the best class it out for all these weapons. This is the build. They're not going to be in order. This is the Bass B. So right here, all the attachment that we're going to be running. If you guys can just go ahead and copy these builds right here. I'm telling you, these are the best builds. So I always run this on a lot of my weapons, the high grain rounds, because they're going to give you that extra damage, that damage range, minimal damage range, and they're going to give you that bullet velocity. So right here, we got the Sidewinder. This weapon is a monster. This is one of my favorite weapons to use. So the 10% better precision, effective damage range, minimal damage range, bullet velocity. And then this attachment right here, the Jack BFB, always going to give you that recoil. And then this is one of the best, on the barrels. And then right here is the Jack Thunder aftermarket part attachment that you can make it LMG. So right here we got the Ram 9, you guys. So we got 2 versions for the Ram 9. So this one is going to be minus 18 on bullet velocity. So we're going to actually show you guys a different class that's going to give you that more bullet velocity. So right here you get 15% plus 50% plus 15% and only 50% on bullet velocity. So if you change it to this ammo right here, now you get 30% of bullet velocity. So right here is the lock. What, you guys, this is, I'm telling you, this is the only shotgun you want to run. So this is the attachment that you need to actually make this weapon a one-shot kill, you guys. Make sure you use the 12 gauge rounds to actually make it work the way it's supposed to. This one, the Express Light, is going to allow you to actually refill really fast. And right here we got the number 1 weapon, the WSP Swarm. There's no questions, this is the best attachments. At least for me, I always run laser. This is the barrel I like to use because it's going to give me that recoil, and I want to be able to hit every zombie and not miss any shot. So if you got 400 rounds, you want to hit every round. So right here we got the SVA assault rifle. So right here are the attachments that we're going to be running. The reason I run this attachment is because I want to be able to have the fire rate combined with the recoil. And on top of that, I want to have that extra damage. This one's going to give you damage range. Damage range means you're not going to lose any damage over a distance. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have that regular extra damage range. But anyway, the last one is the grenade pistol. All right, so as far as the grenade pistol, we didn't really have to change any of the attachments. This weapon already came with all the build. This was a blueprint that dropped during the comeback pack, a free Warzone comeback pack. And pretty much all you got to worry about is this one attachment right here, the Jack Ferocity. This is the attachment that's going to turn the pistol into an SMG. Once you run this attachment right here, it's going to work as a full auto. On top of that, as you can see right here, effective damage range, minimal damage range, and bullet velocity. I mean, it's going to be on like all the way to the top. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure y'all drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 7,000. So anyway, thank you guys so much for all the support, and we'll see you guys next time on the next